you hear the words negative feedback.
Wow.
Simon?
Where do you start? It was so bizarrely dreadful.
Oh.
Really?
That is one kind of negative feedback. But did you know that another kind of negative feedback helps our body maintain homeostasis? Homeostasis is the steady state of physiological conditions in the body. For example, our internal body temperature is always at or around 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. The hypothalamus is the area of the brain that acts as the body's thermostat. It monitors the temperature of the blood. When our bodies get too hot, the hypothalamus detects the rise in temperature and sends nerve impulses to sweat glands, which causes them to increase sweat production. The sweat evaporates on our body and helps our body cool down and brings the temperature closer to the set point. When the body becomes too cold, the hypothalamus begins warming mechanisms. These include constricting blood vessels so that blood does not lose heat by radiation, and stimulating skeletal muscles so that the body begins shivering. Okay. These changes help our body not to get overheated or to freeze. Negative feedback also helps regulate blood glucose levels. Glucose is important in our bodies, especially for processes such as cellular respiration. But when glucose levels become too high, negative feedback comes into play. The pancreas produces more insulin, which converts the glucose into glycogen and can be stored in the liver. If you haven't eaten in a while, your blood glucose levels may become too low. In this case, your pancreas begins producing the hormone glucagon. The glucagon causes the glycogen stored in the liver to undergo hydrolysis and thus produce the monosaccharide glucose. This glucose then enters the bloodstream. In conclusion, negative feedback is what helps our body maintain a stable internal environment, which includes a constant temperature, regulated blood glucose levels, water levels in the tissues, blood pH levels, and many more factors. So what's negative about negative feedback? Nothing!